Marvel Snap patch notes just got released, kind of. They got leaked through this Korean website. Maybe could be fake, or maybe they're gonna change them or add to them or remove some of these. So none of this is final, but maybe we can get a sneak peek into what they are thinking about. The patch was supposed to be today, got delayed a week about. So let's take a look. I'm gonna translate this page. So it might be a little bit difficult to read. It is Marvel Snap. And it says it's supposed to be January 4th, which was the tentative date. So we're gonna get artist credits. They fix Orca. Seems like they fixed the thing where like Wong takes forever, stuff like that. They're changing the token collection from sometimes being 400 to being between 200 to 600, but the rate will be the same. So is that copium? A pro bundle for new players with 12,500 credits and boosters. It's a lot of credits. They don't say a price. All right, for the card updates. Aero from 8 power to 7 power. Seems about right. I believe she used to be 7. I've only been playing the game since it officially released a couple months ago. But this seems right. This seems good to me. I do think they had to touch Aero. We got Galactus going to 2 power. People don't like losing to Galactus. I don't really have that much of a problem with him because I do feel like he's counterable. Stuff like Debris or Aero can kind of control him. Aero is getting nerfed, so maybe the prominence of Galactus would have went higher. It's hard for me to kind of read these dev comments because I feel like the English in it is not going to be too good, but they're saying they're going to lower it now and evaluate it as needed. I feel like they're going to kind of say that about everything. Leader going from 4 power to 3 power. Many players are picky about the effectiveness, ability to stop the game and make it difficult to play other 6-cost cards. Has often been a mixed bag. Gonna lower the power a bit, see how if further modifications are needed later. Is this enough for leader? I'm honestly not seeing that much leader. I'm getting better at playing around leader as well, but maybe a lot less people are playing it because there is this kind of hatred that goes towards the card. I know when I make videos, I kind of don't put leader in them, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't play leader, right? But it doesn't feel too bad. But again, maybe that's because it's kind of fallen out of popularity. I do think this nerf is pretty good, and yeah, they're gonna monitor it. Hopefully this is correct or true, because if he does come back into prominence, then might be not good. Nova going to 1 power. This was maybe popular in Death Wave. A lot of people getting that sneaky, cheeky +1 across the board at the end of the game. I don't think this was really needed, but Nova was like one of the staple 1-drops, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Drax 4/4 appears, or this is like on reveal. If opponent played a card, gain +4 power. Okay, so now he's gonna be a 4/5 that gets +3 instead of a 4/4 that gets +4. This is very good. All the Guardians of the Galaxy cards were kind of bad because if you whiffed, it was incredibly punishing for you. But now with this change, the whiff feels a little less bad, but if you hit, it feels great. You know, why play Drax as a 4/4 that could be 8 when you could play Jones when that condition is so easy to be met? Drax is kind of just bad. So maybe we'll see a bit more Drax play. Seems like they did the same thing with Groot. Instead of being a 3 and then getting +3, it's going to be a 4 and getting +2. I think Guardians effects create a lot of fun. It feels like an all or nothing game. We hope to increase Drax and Groot. I think it should be even more. I feel like Drax should be like a 4/6 that gets +2. Like Warpath is a 4/9. Jones is an 8, Rescue's a 9. Yeah, but this is a good start. Also, maybe he'd be a little too busted because Drax does go in all these Zabu decks. Groot, Cerebro 3 deck. My Cerebro 3 deck is going to be popping now with this Groot change. 3/4 is honestly not bad. I think we're going to see a lot more Groot. 3/4 base, that's like Cyclops, and the strong 3-cost cards are like Maximus at 7 power, Swordmaster at 6 power. Those are very prominent in the meta. Groot can be 6 power, has a little bit less of a downside, but also maybe more of a downside because if your opponent doesn't play there, he gets punished too much. So maybe Groot should have been 3/5, like Polaris +1, but then he would have been too good. So I guess 3/4 is kind of where it has to be. It makes sense. I wish Groot was like a 3/5 that if your opponent does play here, subtract 1 power, or the 3/6, or if your opponent does play here, subtract 3 power. That'd be cool. But a completely different mechanic. I digress. Hazmat, a 2/1 to a 2/2. This is interesting. They're saying Hazmat's performance is not good. I do think we see Hazmat generally when we lose to Hazmat. When your opponent pulls the full combo with the Luke Cage Hazmat Wombo combo. Maybe they got Wong in there. Maybe they use Absorbing Man for an extra Hazmat. They're increasing its power though. Also ruining Cerebro 1. My Cerebro 1 dreams have been crushed before they've even began. That kind of sucks, actually. But okay, all right, I get it. They are not thinking about Cerebro, so maybe just a buff for Hazmat all around. We got Black Cat going up to 7 power. This is actually very good for not Cerebro 6, but it is very good for just discard in general. You know, some Hella decks, some Ghost Rider combos. Black Cat is rarely used because it's kind of like you don't draw a card. You draw a card and it goes away. So yeah, it does help your Hella. It helps your Ghost Rider, but it's just kind of bad in general because you would rather draw a card that you can use. I'll mess around with Black Cat. I used to run it. It's definitely good in your earlier iterations of your Hella discards and your Ghost Rider sort of decks. Nakia going from a 3-1 to a 3-2. We think Nakia's effect is interesting. Very low success rate. Yeah, Nakia is garbage, but being at 2 power, a little bit better. She's a 3-2 that adds +2/+2, so she's effectively 6 power. I don't think that's good enough. I think she should be, if she was like a 3-4 that added 1 to your 2 left cards, you'd see a lot more play. Even a 3-3 maybe. This will be interesting though. It seems like that's it. Other than that, we got like visual bug changes, some zone updates. I'll quickly run through these, maybe edit them out. Oh, this is Professor X in Oscorp. The card will not change faction. So he's not going to change sides. There's always like this swapping is not the same as moving sort of thing. They text for Raft and Vibranium Mine. I'm guessing they were wrong. Decreased chance of Warrior Falls appearing. Oh, great. Because Warrior Falls is so bugged, although maybe they also fixed that. Address an issue where areas as Warrior Falls gamma line slow down the game. Okay, it does seem like maybe they fixed that. Players were kicked if too many Black Panthers. Yeah, all these different bugs. I will link this below in the description. Let me know what you guys think about these. I honestly just woke up, so this is like the first thing I'm seeing, and I wanted to get a video out there. But I think people's main complaint was leader. I don't know if leader was the main issue. The weird thing about Snap to me is that people cannot have full collections. I personally think Shuri is incredibly busted, but no one really knows. I don't even know for sure because I haven't actually played with Shuri yet. She's in my shop. But no one knows because not enough people can get like a sample size on it. Like what percentage of the player base actually has Shuri and all the other cards to play with Shuri, so you can play some games and figure out if Shuri is busted. That's why people got so mad at leader, I think, because he's so common. He's a pull 3 card. Everyone can have him. And make a proper assessment on him. Like, is Galactus actually busted? Way better than Shuri. I don't think people actually know because no one has a full collection and can kind of test that. So it's kind of difficult to balance in that sense. Silver Surfer felt very, very strong, a little bit overtuned perhaps, didn't get addressed here. Was also generally good against leader. So maybe the prominence of Silver Surfer is gonna go up. I do think Zabu's also good. These season pass cards, a lot of players can get them. We get a larger sample size on them. We could tell if Silver Surfer's good. And what decks it belongs in. We can tell if Zabu's good and what deck Zabu belongs in. But like maybe Zabu's busted if you also have Shuri. But no one knows because people don't have Shuri. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. Very different than most card games where you can kind of freely buy what you want. So kind of cool. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Maybe I'm rambling too much. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you have a great, what is today? Wednesday? And then yeah, the patch should be in like a week. Good luck on ladder and stay hydrated.